We are continuing to cover this breaking news. President Biden reversing course, deciding to pardon his son, Hunter Biden. This news breaking in just the last 20 minutes or so. We do want to welcome in On Balance host Leland Vittert for more on this. Leland, appreciate you jumping on the phone so quickly. You know, Biden has said repeatedly he would not do this. How striking is this move tonight?
Well, stunning in sort of how vocal President Biden had been about how he would not put his thumb on the scale, he would not pardon his son, on and on and on, and now saying that he will, sort of this reversal. I think the timing you can't get away from, Sunday night on Thanksgiving weekend. I guess the only other time that you could have tried to do this was Friday night on Thanksgiving weekend to try to sort of bury it more. I think you're seeing President Biden care an enormous amount at this point about his legacy. And there's still a lot of questions, I think, to be had as I read through the statement from President Biden, sort of justifying why this wasn't a crime or wouldn't have been prosecuted but for his name being Hunter Biden. It's interesting that President Biden is setting up this situation where Hunter is the victim of the Biden Justice Department, and therefore it is his responsibility as a father to save his son from his own DOJ. That's the best I can sort of read this in the quick minute since the news broke.
You know, Leland, it seems that this covers both Hunter Biden's gun charges conviction and guilty plea. From what you're seeing, does this essentially mean that Hunter Biden will not be spending time in jail?
I think you're really great to point out there's a few different things that Hunter Biden has been accused of. One is the gun charge of lying about his drug use while purchasing a firearm. Two is the tax issues of not paying his taxes. Whether this is also a blanket pardon going forward for anything Hunter Biden might have done or any investigation that comes in the future is going to be really interesting to see. So we'll have to see actually what the wording is. And I play many things on television. A lawyer isn't one of them. You'll have to apologize. I'll apologize to your viewers, Natasha, for the boarding call here for one of the flights at the Fort Myers airport. So we're trying to do TV through that. But what this pardon covers is going to be very important, and I think you're right to point out it precludes him ever serving jail time. Lastly, I think it's kind of a thumb in the eye, right? We've seen President Trump kind of flip two birds to the establishment over the past couple of weeks in, say, Kash Patel and Matt Gaetz and Pete Hegseth. The list goes on of appointees, of burn the house down appointees. Robert F. Kennedy comes to mind. And now you see Joe Biden doing the same thing. I said I'm not going to pardon Hunter. Now I am. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I don't care anymore being the message. And Leland, I just want to read part of this statement to our viewers because he is making an appeal with this statement tonight directly to the American people. He says, quote, "No reasonable person who looks at the facts of Hunter's cases can reach any other conclusion than Hunter was singled out only because he is my son, and that is wrong. There has been an effort to break Hunter, who has been 5.5 years sober, even in the face of unrelenting attacks and selective prosecution." I think we just lost Leland there as he's at the airport. I'm going to continue here. Biden says, "In trying to break Hunter, they've tried to break me. And there's no reason to believe it will stop here. Enough is enough. For my entire career, I have followed a simple principle. Just tell the American people the truth. They'll be fair-minded. Here is the truth. I believe in the justice system, but as I have wrestled with this, I also believe raw politics has infected this process, and it led to a miscarriage of justice. And once I made this decision this weekend, there was no sense in delaying it further. I hope Americans will understand why a father and a president would come to this decision." Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.